Senator Daines had to be in Washington this week for the upcoming vote on Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. Rubio and Daines spoke on a variety of topics, including the recent vote for now Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett and the importance of this Montana Senate seat. On July 15th, Senator Steve Daines said that he would support extending some of the CARES Act programs that were nearing their expiration date. Senator Daines ended the roundtable by saying that we know much more now about COVID-19 than we did originally back in March. He also added that without the agriculture industry, there is simply no economy in Montana. Coney continues to ramp up his campaign efforts ahead of the November 3rd election that pits him and running mate Casey Schreiner against Republican Greg Gianforte and his running mate Kristen Juras in their bid to replace Steve Bullock as governor of Montana. There are 8 census-designated reservations in Montana. With 1 month to go until the census deadline, 7 of them still have a self-response rate under 40%. Arntzen, Juras, Gianforte, and Haley all spoke about how important it is for Montanans to hit the polls by mail, especially with the election just 2 weeks away. When Steve Daines was elected to the U.S. Senate in 2014, just over 370,000 Montanans cast their ballots. As of October 26th, still a week away from the November 3rd election, over 360,000 Montanans have already cast their votes. Former Governor of South Carolina and U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley spoke at an event in Great Falls on Monday afternoon. She expressed her support for Republicans in Montana running for public office, including Greg Gianforte and Steve Daines. Absent from this event, though, Steve Daines. Senator Daines had to be in Washington this week for the upcoming vote on Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett.
All eyes are on Montana because of this Senate seat. Why? It's the 51st vote. It's the vote that will shift the majority. That's why everybody's watching this.
Republicans Troy Downing, Christy Jacobson, Elsie Arntzen, Kristen Juras, and Greg Gianforte all spoke before Haley took the stage. They touched on topics ranging from jobs in Montana.
My top priority is to get our economy going again, get people back to work, and create more good-paying jobs.
To Amy Coney Barrett.
How about President Trump's nomination of Amy Barrett?
The Steve Daines story starts in China.
You might have seen this ad from the Senate Majority PAC. It alleges that Senator Daines' ties to China are hurting American citizens. Last week at a stop in Arizona, Nikki Haley blasted Democratic senatorial candidate Mark Kelly over his alleged business ties to China. When asked whether she thought the attack ads on Daines held any weight,
I am not aware of any issues that Steve Daines has had. If anything, he's sponsored legislation that holds China accountable.
Arntzen, Juras, Gianforte, and Haley all spoke about how important it is for Montanans to hit the polls by mail, especially with the election just 2 weeks away. In Great Falls, Matt Holzapfel, MTN News. While Steve Bullock was in Hamilton, Missoula, and Bozeman on Tuesday, his opponent Steve Daines was here in Great Falls. Daines once again brought out the big guns just 1 week away from the November 3rd general election, inviting Florida Senator Marco Rubio here to Montana to campaign on Daines' behalf. Rubio and Daines spoke on a variety of topics, including the recent vote for now Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett and the importance of this Montana Senate seat.
Number one, the chance to send a great senator and Senator Daines back to the U.S. Senate where we need him. And the second is because what's at stake is extraordinary.
The event had the usual talking points like the vote for Amy Coney Barrett,
Judge now Justice Amy Coney Barrett on the Supreme Court,
and the importance of voting.
I'm here to urge you to get other people to make sure they vote.
But Rubio, Daines, Matt Rosendale, and others also talked about the environment, potential statehood for Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C., and a second coronavirus relief package.
I support another package. It needs to be targeted to help our schools, our hospitals, to help our small businesses and those who have lost their jobs.
The latest from Washington paints a bleak outlook for the next stimulus bill. Senators adjourned on Monday and are not scheduled to be back in session until November 9th. Polls continue to show Daines and Bullock in a tight race, although many are giving a slight edge to the incumbent Senator Daines, who says he has no plans to let up no matter what the polls say.
We're not going to stop running till 8 p.m. on Tuesday night.
When Steve Daines was elected to the U.S. Senate in 2014, just over 370,000 Montanans cast their ballots. As of October 26th, still a week away from the November 3rd election, over 360,000 Montanans have already cast their votes. In Great Falls, Matt Holzapfel, MTN News.